this is the sensitivity of a 10-year U.S. Treasury bond to changes in interest rate. This is a 3.13% bond, which at the time the interest rate was 3.20, and so the price had declined a little bit below par, or at a rate of what you can see here, $994 a bond at that date. So we're considering that our starting point. At 3.13%, each $1,000 bond is going to earn $31.30 in a year. So these are just prices of the bond itself. So if you add $31 to each one of these, you would get the price at the end of the year if, in this instance, if the yield went from, say, the 320 level down to the 220 level. So if you dropped 1 full percentage point from 320 to 220, the price of the bond in 1 year would go from $994 to $1,083, plus your interest of the $31 and something, and you would end up with a 12% gain. And that would be wonderful. On the other hand, if interest rates went the other direction, from 320, let's say, to 420, your bond price would go down to $913. You have to add your $31 and change in, so you'd have a total of $944 after a year. You would have lost, including the income you got, you would have lost 5%. On the other hand, if it went up, 2% from 320 to 520, you'd be at 840 on your bond after your income. In 1 year, you would be negative 12.4%. If it went as much as 3% up from 320 to 620, you would be down 19.1%. I put that in as an example only because many people have said, well, in an environment like this, why not just grab some yield, buy a 3% 10-year? Well, yes, that's fine. And if you hold it for 10 years, you will get that $31.30 per year, and your price will be par 10 years from now. What you can't know today is what that would buy. If the fears of severe inflation, which I admit is an open question, it's not, I mean, the tendency when anybody creates lots of new currency is that prices go up. So inflation is the logical extension of this policy of money creation. But as pointed out, when you have unemployment in the position it's in right now, that inflation isn't guaranteed. We might not get it, but we might. And that's the fear that every bondholder should have. If, for example, the last time we had really serious inflation in this country, Paul Volcker was the chairman of the Federal Reserve, and Paul Volcker pushed interest rates up to here. What I just used as an example where you'd lose almost 20% in a year would be if interest rates went up to, I can't read those things over here, about here. If they went up here to here, you would lose 20% in your first year. Clearly, there's an awful lot more room above than below these interest rates. And I'm not saying don't go buy bonds. That's not my message. It's just don't go buy bonds with a calm about you saying, well, all's going to be right with the world, because it might not be. There's clearly a real other side to that potential.